Hi, honey. I just wanted to remind you that Juliet's dance recital is this weekend, and she really wanted you to come and see her. It'll be the first time that she's on a recital as the lead dancer, and she's so looking forward to showing you everything she's learned. I just didn't know if you'd asked your boss yet to take the day off of work. I know that you have to work overtime sometimes, but she is your daughter, and she would love for her dad to see her dancing.
Oh, is that this weekend?
Yes, it starts at about 6 p.m., so it's not until the evening, so if you have any work that you need to do during the day, you should have plenty of time to do it. Is that okay?
Well, actually,
What? What is it?
look, I hate to do this, but I had no clue that it was Juliet's dance recital this weekend, so I agreed to go on a business trip for the company. It'll last all weekend.
What? But I've been telling you about this recital for weeks now. Juliet's been telling you every chance she's got. She's even been practicing for you. You can't not come to it. Is there nothing you can do to come? Surely you can rearrange the meeting or do it on Zoom or something? Or maybe you could get a coworker to go in your place? You just really need to be at your daughter's recital, Darren, as her father.
Look, there's nothing I can do to change it now. I forgot that the recital was this weekend, so I said I could go on this trip. You can't just ask me to change all of these plans last minute. It's simply not possible.
So that's it then? You're just going to abandon your daughter in one of the most important moments of her life?
There's nothing else that I can do.
Fine then. I hope your business trip is worth it. You can break the news to your daughter about why you won't be coming to watch her dance. I'm not going to be the one who disappoints her on your behalf again.
Lily,
Nope. If you want to put work before your own daughter, then you need to be the one to tell her that you're doing that.
fine, I will.
Great. I'm guessing you won't be home for dinner tonight? Again?
It's likely I won't be.
Yeah, I figured as much. Which is why I've only cooked enough for me and Juliet anyway.
Jeez, you make it sound like I'm being a terrible father or something. I'm the one at work here.
You do realize that I work 8 to 4 every day, and then, after that, I look after Juliet for the rest of that time. I talk with her, do fun activities with her, help her with her homework, and just generally be her mom, which I love doing. It's a lot harder than just sitting in an office and then saying that you can't be bothered to make your daughter's dance recital simply because you'd rather go on a business trip.
You know what, Lily? Whatever. I'm doing what's best for my family so that we can have money to live off of.
We've got plenty of money. What Juliet doesn't have is a father. She hardly knows you. Don't you want to spend time with your daughter?
Look, looking after a child is just something I haven't got time for at the minute. That's all it is. My work is very important, so it needs my attention.
Okay, fine. But don't say I didn't warn you when Juliet is suddenly 18 years old and moving out to live on her own at college. The years will fly by, and before you know it, you'll have missed all of the important moments in your daughter's life.
Enough with the mushy rubbish. She's 5. I hardly think she's going to be going out to become a doctor or whatever anytime soon. Now, if you don't mind, you've distracted me from my work long enough.
Very well. I guess I'll see you when I see you.
Hey babe, sorry I'm not in today. I just needed a day off to get ready for our weekend away. Are you all ready?
Oh, definitely. You have no idea how much I've been looking forward to this weekend. We're going to have a very fun time.
Oh, I can't wait. You've not had any trouble convincing your wife where you're going, have you?
No, she's too stupid to figure it out. She thinks that I'm just going on a business trip. She even tried to guilt me into staying by saying that it's Juliet's dance recital this weekend. But honestly, it was either stay and watch a bunch of 5-year-olds, stumble around on stage, or go to a luxury, all-inclusive hotel with you for a weekend getaway. Which one sounds like the best option here, huh?
Well, I'm glad you chose right. Otherwise, I'd have been very upset if I had to go on my own.
Oh, I would have missed this weekend away for the world.
Good to know. I've got to get back to shopping, but I'll see you soon. Tonight, maybe?
Yeah, I told Lily that I'll be working overtime, so I've got a good cover.
Great. Just come on round when you're ready. You know where I live.
I'll be there soon.
Hello, is this Mr. Sinclair?
Yes, this is him. Who, might I ask, is this?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm Lily Jacobs, Darren Jacobs' wife. He works for you. We met at the Christmas party.
Oh, yes, of course, Lily. How may I help you?
Oh, well, I was just wondering if you'd be able to send someone else away on the business trip this weekend. I know Darren is an important member of your team and everything, and that you trust him a lot if the number of business trips he's been sent on is anything to indicate, but he needs to spend time with his family as well. And at the minute, he's too focused on impressing you that he's neglecting us. I know it's a lot to ask on such short notice, but it's his daughter's dance recital this weekend, and I was hoping you could give someone else the job of going on the business trip so that Darren could come and see it. Is there any way that's possible at all?
I'm sorry, Mrs. Jacobs, but I'm not quite sure I'm following you. Did you say that Darren's going away on a business trip this weekend?
Yes, that's right. He told me it was an important meeting that he had to go to.
I'm sorry to say this, but I've not scheduled any business trips for anyone. In fact, the last business trip was 5 months ago, and Darren definitely wasn't on it. We rarely travel too far now, only if the deal really needs to be done in person. Otherwise, we just use Zoom to do all of our meetings.
Hang on, let me get this straight. Darren isn't and hasn't been going on business trips all this time?
I'm afraid not. At least not for my company.
What about the overtime? Surely you've been asking him to do that?
Well, when we have some, sure, but we haven't had any overtime available for the last few months. We're pretty much all caught up with our work, so nobody's required to work overtime to catch up with anything.
I see. Well then, I'm sorry to disturb you so late, sir. I'll be going now. Thank you for humoring me. It's helped me realize quite a few things.
You're more than welcome. I'm just sorry I wasn't able to give you the news you were hoping for.
It's okay. It's not your fault.
Well, if this helps you any, I've seen him getting quite friendly with his secretary at work. A woman called Vanessa. I was gonna admonish him about it, actually, as it's not a proper workplace relationship and it's causing a distraction more than anything.
Vanessa?
Yes, that's right.
Well, thank you for your help, Mr. Sinclair.
It's okay. I hope you're able to sort things out for the better, for yourself and for your daughter.
I'll think of something. Thank you.
Okay, Lily, I'm heading off on my business trip now. You weren't at home, so I couldn't say goodbye, but I don't have the time to wait around.
Yes, I was busy taking Juliet to school.
Oh well, I'm off then. I won't be back for a few days.
Uh-huh. That's fine.
Really? Well, okay then. And you're sure you don't mind?
Not in the slightest.
Well then, I'll see you in a few days. Hey, Lily, is everything okay? You didn't message me the whole time I was away, and you didn't respond to my messages, so I didn't know if something had happened. I'll be home soon, so... How was Juliet's recital? Did she do well? Lily?
Oh, it's you.
Yeah, of course it's me. Who else would it be? Is everything okay? You seem a bit off.
Yes, well, I'm a bit busy at the moment. I don't have time to talk.
Oh, okay, no problem then. I guess I'll talk to you when I get home.
Uh-huh.
See you soon. Lily, I don't want you to panic, but I might be in a little trouble at work.
Oh, how come?
My boss, Mr. Sinclair, has just messaged me saying that he wants to talk to me tomorrow at work over my conduct in the office. He said that things had come to his attention that seriously needed to be addressed concerning me and one of the other workers in my office.
Well, surely it's nothing too serious. I'm sure he won't spend too much time talking with you.
You think?
I don't know. I'm just guessing. You'll have to see what he says tomorrow.
Yeah, sure. Well, I'm just pulling up to the house now, so I'll see you in a second. Lily, what's happened? What's going on? Where's all yours and Juliet's stuff? Why's the house basically been cleaned out? All that's left are the things that I own. How come? Lily, answer me right now.
Oh, well, you see, I know what you've been doing. What your so-called business trip this weekend actually was.
Uh-huh.
You've been caught, Darren, and it doesn't look like things are going to be working out for you.
What do you mean? I don't know what you're on about.
You can drop the act now. I know that you've been cheating on me with your secretary, Vanessa, and that it's been going on for quite a while now. All of those business trips you've been going on, they were really just you sneaking away with your girlfriend.
I can explain.
Save it. I don't want your pitiful explanations. Besides, it's not me that you need to explain yourself to. It's Juliet. She might only be 5 years old, but she's not stupid. She knows that her dad hasn't been around and that he's been very neglectful.
Wait, have you told her anything?
No, of course not. I'm not horrible like that. I'm not going to tell my 5-year-old daughter that her daddy is sleeping with another woman. But it doesn't matter anyway. She hardly knows who you are. When you missed her recital, she didn't even ask about you. That's how little you are involved in her life.
But where have you gone?
We've moved. You don't need to know where for now.
But that's not fair. You can't just leave like that. You especially can't just take Juliet like that without telling me where. I'll get the courts involved.
I've already got the courts involved.
Huh?
Yeah, I knew that even though you don't care about Juliet and you've not been in her life since, well, pretty much since she was born, you'd still try and take full custody of her just to spite me.
I wouldn't.
We both know you would. But it doesn't matter, because I've put together a lot of evidence from over the last few months, showing how you've not been bothered with your daughter at all. You don't spend any time with her, you hardly buy her anything, and let's face it, you never wanted her to begin with.
That's not true. I do spend time with her.
When was the last time you spent any time with her? Precisely.
Hang on, what about that time I took her to the zoo?
I took her to the zoo for her 3rd birthday. You met us there, spent 5 minutes walking around with us, and then left. I hardly count that as bonding.
Children this age never remember anything anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Well, glad to know you regret not spending time with your daughter.
I had more important things to do.
Like Vanessa?
That's not...
Whatever. I'm done with this conversation anyway. Oh, your boss is a lovely man though. After he realized what you've done, he'd offered to pay for a lovely little trip for me and Juliet to go on and spend some much needed time away together. Honestly, we're having a blast. We've not had this much fun in ages. And now that I don't have to worry about you or what you want, I feel so much more free. I'm honestly looking forward to what the rest of my life brings.
Hang on, you're the one who told my boss?
I didn't tell him anything. I asked if he could let you swap your business trip with someone else, and he told me that he hadn't sent anyone on any business trips. I figured the rest out for myself.
But why does he want to talk to me then?
Otis is very family-oriented. So when he knew that you were cheating on me and leaving your daughter just to have fun with another woman, he was very angry. Legally, he can't do anything about you betraying me, as it is a personal matter. However, fooling around with a coworker and making the workplace volatile is something that he can deal with, seeing as it's his company and all.
That's not fair. I wasn't hurting anyone.
Well, I would say that you're wrong, but I don't think even Juliet cares if you're not around.
Oh god, but what am I gonna do? I don't want to be fired.
Well, that's your problem now. Me and Juliet have some swimming to do. See ya.
No, wait!
After that whole revelation, I took Juliet and moved in with my parents until I was able to get my own apartment for me and Juliet. It was tough going, becoming a single mom and all, but it was for the best. Darren was never around anyway, and I was fed up of coming up with excuses for him to tell our daughter. Juliet seems to be taking the move well, and she's as happy as ever. I divorced Darren and gained full custody of our daughter. If Darren wants to be involved in her life, then I won't stop him. However, I won't let him just walk in and out at his own convenience. Juliet deserves someone to either be there for her properly, or they can stay away and not keep disappointing her. As she gets older, I'll also let her make her own mind up on what she wants to do. After all, he is her dad. As for Darren, the last I heard was that he wasn't fired from his job, but he was demoted and forced to split up with Vanessa as workplace relationships were frowned upon. He now lives all alone in a big empty house, and whilst he might think that it's the best thing to happen to him and that he's free to do what he wants again, I have a feeling that he'll soon come to see everything he's lost.
Hey, Kate! I'd just started wondering what you've been up to since you left home 5 years ago. Only to find out you were working as an employee at some random company in the countryside. What's even crazier is that we live in the same apartment block.
What's your point? It's been 5 years since you stole my husband and he left me. Since then, I've just been trying to move on and enjoy my life. But as my luck has it, of course you had to be the sales team's new hire. But I think the real tragedy is, not only do I have to work with the person who ruined my life, but I have to live in the same building as them too.
Ruined your life? Isn't that a bit dramatic? Aren't we best friends?
I'm not at that level where I can continue to see the person who stole my husband as my best friend.
Seriously? Can't we put that all behind us? That feels like it happened a million years ago. I've just moved to a new place and I don't really know anyone yet. I'm lonely. So, when I found out my bestie would be working in the same company as me, I was so happy.
Stop calling me your bestie. It's sickening. We are definitely not friends.
You're so mean.
If you say so. Not that I care what you think. Well, you're already here, so it's not like I can do anything about it. Just don't talk to me at all unless it's something related to work.
What? You're so cold.
Well then, let's end this conversation here.
Hi! Are you there? Kate! Hello! This is related to work, so you really should reply, you know.
You know, I'd really prefer it if you discuss work during work hours. I'm already at home. Can't this wait until tomorrow?
But I thought you'd want to hear this as soon as possible.
What is it?
You know, I heard a rumor. Is it true that you got remarried to our company's president?
Where did you hear that?
I heard that pack of overbearing old hags gossiping in the staff kitchen. It's hard to ignore what you hear from people who enjoy rumors as much as they do. I'm just double-checking.
Why are you so interested in every single thing that's going on in my private life? Besides, why would I tell a man thief like you if I was?
Oh, I see. The fact that you're being so defensive must mean that you did marry our president. A woman as unfeminine as you? Seriously? A loser like you is married to our company president? That's hilarious.
What's wrong with you?
I mean, it's obvious you were trying to hide it.
Not really. Just because I didn't tell you doesn't mean I'm hiding it. You've always got only one thing on your mind.
And what's that?
You're almost definitely thinking about how you can take the place of the wife of some company's president.
Wow, you've really got me there.
After all, It was you who mistook Rick for the next company president and then decided to steal him from me. Then, 3 days after the divorce was finalized, was when you finally realized the next president of the company would be Rick's younger brother, and that Rick was an average employee working at a completely unrelated company on a mediocre salary. You dropped him real quick.
I was deceived too. I was a victim. Just when I thought I would become the wife of some higher up at a company, he turns out to be some completely useless guy.
I don't know what you're talking about, acting all innocent even though it was you who chose not to investigate properly.
Shut up! That's why this time I won't fail. It must suck to be you, huh? I stole your last husband from you, and now I'm back to take this one, too!
Oops, sorry. I've already told my husband all about you.
Yeah, that's right. Tell him he's gonna be my man soon.
That's not what I meant. By told, I meant warned. Plus, he's not a cheater like the last one. No matter how much you try, you won't get to him.
Oh, really? Is that a challenge? We'll see about that. Let's put your theory to the test, if you're so sure about it.
Please don't. Don't turn this into some sick game. You already caused me so much trouble.
You know, these past 5 years, my life has been in ruins thanks to the loans I had to take out to pay the damages I owed you.
You did this to yourself. You have no right to blame me for the consequences of your actions.
And to be honest, I blame you for everything that happened. Now it's time for me to get even. Even now, I am a better woman than you. After I saw you, I realized that you're the same old country bumpkin as before. This time, I'll make sure to take your place at our company president's side.
Don't hold your breath. It's not gonna happen.
Oh, Kate! I've already started making moves on your man.
You have?
I'd already started working on getting friendly with our company president as soon as I started work. Then he started getting quite touchy, so I began to realize that I might actually be able to pull this off. Later, when I invited him out for a drink, well, I'll just leave the rest to your imagination. It's already been 6 months since then. You were just working away as usual and didn't even notice a thing. Your husband is so obsessed with me, he doesn't even care about you anymore. He's with me right now and has been since last night.
Oh, really? Based on what you're saying, you're not with my husband then.
Huh?
My husband came straight home as soon as he finished work. We ate dinner together, watched TV, he took a shower, and went to bed. Plus, today's a Saturday, so he's still passed out in bed. He even told me not to wake him up before 10 because he's determined in sleeping in.
If you say so.
I'm not sure where you get this confidence, but whoever you're with isn't my husband.
Of course I'm not convinced. Everything I told you was true.
You're 100% wrong, though.
You're trying too hard not to sound pissed.
I don't know which company's president you're hooking up with, but if they're married, lay off, okay? Didn't you just finish paying off the debt you amassed after paying damages to me 5 years ago? Yet you've gone and done it again without a second thought. But who knows? Maybe you're actually looking for someone to sue you so you can bury yourself in debt again.
I don't need your concern, so don't worry about what I'm doing. I made sure to check that this guy was actually the company president before I got with him. That's why, this time, I'm not scared that someone will come looking for me to pay damages. If I can become the wife of the president of some company, a few tens of thousands of dollars is small change.
What is it you find so fun about stealing people's husbands?
Oh, well, in your case, I just wanted to steal your husband just because he was your husband.
That's really horrible.
You're always marrying these elite men. It's not fair.
You make it sound like I marry someone new every month. Besides, I'm pretty sure Rick didn't fit your image of an elite man, did he?
You must have done something crazy to have managed to get your hands on the son of the president of a company.
What's wrong with you? Now I just feel like you're using any excuse that makes it easier for you to hold a grudge against me.
Shut up. It doesn't matter either way because your husband is mine. I'm going to marry the president of this company and make your life hell. Then I'm going to steal your life of luxury and leisure.
My goodness. There's no reaching you.
Kate! You hid that you were divorced from your husband, didn't you?
What?
When I told your husband about your past, he told me he's leaving you so we can get hitched. He told me that he thought he was marrying some fresh, but he was tricked by a woman who'd already been married. He was so angry.
I've already told my husband everything.
Well, he says it's the first time he's heard of it. Are you sure you didn't just forget to tell him about it?
Nope, that's not possible.
Wow, that was a fast reply.
That's because I've been complaining about your annoying texts and discussing them with my husband. If I hadn't been, then I wouldn't have been able to do any of that.
If you say so.
Oh, by the way, Melissa, I hope you realize that you're making a big mistake.
What are you talking about?
Everyone's talking about you in the office.
Oh, that. The public PDA is intentional, so obviously they're gonna talk about it.
That's not the only thing they're talking about.
But it doesn't matter either way. Because he finally left you 2 days ago. Plus, this morning we submitted our marriage registration. Today, I became the wife of a president.
For goodness sake. I really thought you'd realize after looking at the last name on my new name tag. But I guess not.
Your last name? I know your last name, stupid. I mean, it used to be Mayers, didn't it? So I'm guessing you went back to your old name after you got divorced.
Wrong. It's Hamilton.
How?
2 years ago, I got married to my current husband and started using his name at work. My name is Kate Hamilton.
What? That can't be right. Our company's president's last name is Myers. What are you talking about? Hamilton is the surname of the president of our company's parent company.
Exactly. So what do you think that means? My husband is that Hamilton.
Wait. What?
In other words, Melissa, you heard that my husband was the president of a company and immediately assumed it was our company's president. But you forgot to check the most important thing. Which company he was the president of.
But I was so certain he was your husband.
Well, you were very wrong. And you just needlessly broke up a marriage. How can you live with yourself? You've now ruined 2 marriages. Nothing to say? I'm pretty speechless too. This is just my guess, but I'm gonna go out on a limb and say she's going to come after you and legally destroy you for what you've done.
Now, just hold on a minute. So you're saying not only did I marry the wrong guy, but your real husband is the president of our parent company? Which means he's even higher up?
That's all you have to say right now?
What else is there to say?
I can't believe you. My husband's the most amazing, thoughtful guy I've ever met. I told you from the beginning there was no way you were going to get him.
Stop rubbing your marriage in my face!
Oops, sorry. I guess you have more important things to think about than my marriage.
Well, Actually, never mind.
What were you going to say?
Whenever I think of all the debt I've accumulated up to this point, I think it might be best to just quit my job and become a full-time homemaker. Plus, I wouldn't have to see your face anymore. This whole situation is aggravating, but I've decided to be the bigger person and forgive you. I'm still married to the president of a company either way.
About that. I guess you didn't hear about him getting fired.
What?
What I mean is, he was asked to resign. So, technically not fired, I guess.
Did he really? I didn't know about that.
It was decided during the company's board of directors meeting.
I don't understand. Why would they make him resign?
Let's see. He made moves on a female worker, despite being married, and then decided to make out with you during work hours instead of working. The one person who should have been setting an example in the company was the person playing the biggest role in violating the company rules. Besides, he only got the job in the first place because he married the previous president's daughter. Of course he'd be fired, seeing the way he's been acting.
Oh, dear God. Hold on. You mean my president is not a president anymore? He's unemployed?
Exactly. Apparently, he was kicked out of the house, which was under his wife's name, essentially with just the clothes on his back.
OMG, this can't be happening. That huge house belongs to his wife?
Yep. I was told it's the family house and she was born there.
That can't be true. I thought that's where I'd be living from now on.
Also, this is important. I think you'll end up having to cover the money for any damages you're made to pay by yourself.
Why would I have to do that? My husband is filthy rich.
It seems our ex-president was discovered embezzling money from their joint account, so he was blocked from receiving any assets. On top of that, I heard that paying the divorce fees left him flat out broke.
No way. How's that even possible?
That's why I told you not to go there. This is what happens when you break up a marriage.
No, you have to be mistaken. Is this what my life's come to? Just living to constantly pay off debt? I'm going back to that miserable lifestyle?
I don't know how you were living before, but I'm sure that you'll be looking for quarters in the slots of vending machines. You're totally screwed. Anyway, good luck with that.
No! You can't let this happen to me! I can't go back to living like that!
Melissa's resentment towards me led to an outburst after she lost her composure and reason. The worst thing is, apparently, the pair got divorced after only 3 days of marriage. I only feel pity for my former best friend. But in the end, you reap what you sow. She has no one but herself to blame. It seems her parents quickly cut her off, leaving her with no one to turn to. After paying the damages she owed using money she loaned from who knows where, Melissa fell back into a pit of debt. After that, she tried to make a move on my real husband in an attempt to steal him from me, but in all honesty, he's quite sharp-tongued with those he sees as his enemies. So when he found Melissa, stood waiting in ambush outside of his company ready to seduce him, he gave her a harsh telling off that broke her down into tears. When he then politely rejected her advances, it seems she left, unsteady on her feet and with tears in her eyes. Better luck next time!